Hey guys, I thought I'd take you guys along with me in this hectic 2 hour span that I have several things to do before my boys return from going to see this road show that's coming through town, and friends arrive for a birthday lunch for Joel. I'm not cooking all of it because it's actually not his birthday. His birthday's next week, and our friends who are coming for lunch are going to be out of town during his birthday, and they're missing his birthday celebration. So they wanted to come today and have lunch with us. So we're having loaded baked potatoes, salad, and a healthy treat. But I also have two families coming over for dinner tonight. So I'm trying to prep for that. And we have had the fullest week by accident, but definitely not my favorite way to manage my time, to be so busy several days in a row. I feel like I have too many things to catch up on at home when I'm gone, multiple full days in one week. And so I feel a little behind, which is not my favorite feeling. I definitely try to avoid this, but sometimes it happens and there's no way around it. And so you just gotta go with the flow. So Monday, my boys helped my dear friend who puts on this awesome event called Adventure Day for local homeschoolers. And we always do take the proceeds for some sort of fundraiser or charity. In this case, it was for the leaders of the training course that my boys have gone to for the last 3 years, who are now missionaries in Burma. So they raised money for that through all the participants, sent it their way, huge blessing. But my boys helped put the obstacle course together Monday night. Then the next day was the Adventure Day. So they were there all day the next day and stayed the night camping out with their friends. So then Wednesday they were exhausted. So even though it was a home day, I felt like I went easy on them with chores and stuff, and even school, because I could just tell they were just exhausted. They needed to rest. So we read a lot. I had them do a few things to help me, but for the most part, I took on the load of that day's chores, which were behind already because Tuesday we were gone all day. Then Thursday we had planned for weeks, way before the Tuesday thing was planned, to go to this river actually it's a creek. It's called 20 Mile Creek. It's a fossil section that was discovered about 30 years ago in Mississippi, and we planned to go that day weeks ago. We went last year and it was so cool, so we wanted to go back. So we went back and spent the entire day there. We got back at like 6:30. So then today I'm home, but like I said, we have friends coming over in 2 hours. We forgot about this road show that they wanted to go see because it has all sorts of things that they're interested in: war memorabilia, baseball cards, coins, stamps, etc. And they want to go see it. So my mom took them. Thankfully, my husband went to work, and now I'm in the house and I need to do some stuff. So my list before my friends get here is I got to make ice cream for tonight. So it has all day to harden in the freezer. So I got that going right now. I want to defrost the meat for tonight. I would love to clean the bathroom and do a quick upper body workout, hoping for that, and baking potatoes, which those are in the oven already. So for lunch, I'm not too worried because the potatoes are baking. Toppings, she's bringing the barbecue chicken, and we can just pull out the toppings I have once she's here, and then we can go to the garden and gather some lettuce for our salad. Lunch will be easy because I'll have her to keep me company, and we'll do that together. Then for tonight, the meat will be defrosting, but then I will have to prep possibly while she's still here later in the afternoon, but there'll be a nice break time. And I also went and got some really good heavy cream at the fancy grocery store in town because I've been dying to make clotted cream for months. I made it a few years ago. It is a very specific accompaniment to scones for tea time in England, but only in a certain part of England. So it's not the typical Devonshire cream or the whipped custard that they usually serve with tea time. This is clotted cream. I'm not sure exactly what section of England it is, the special place where they have it this way, but it is heavenly, and I can't believe I haven't made it in so long. It is so easy. You literally pour heavy cream into a 8x8 pan about 2 inches deep, and put it in the oven for 12 hours at like 190 degrees. So I did it all last night. Now it's just on the counter, waiting to get to room temperature. And then I'm gonna cover it with saran wrap and put it in the fridge until tomorrow. And tomorrow, the liquid that's at the bottom, I will use for scones, and the thick cream at the top is what you whip into a little jar and use that to spread on the scones along with strawberry jam for tea time. And I am so excited that I finally got time to go by the fancy grocery store for that one item. That's why I've not done it, because it has to be good cream. I never go to that grocery store. I had time yesterday and I did it, and it was also on my mind, so I remembered. So anyway, I would love to make protein balls too, but I think that might be a little over ambitious because I still have to unload all these dishes, put the dirty dishes in there, clean all these countertops. The house is pretty tidy. I would love to get some laundry going and see what else I've run into as I'm walking around like a crazy person. And of course I want to get ready because I look amazing right now. So I'm going to get this ice cream churning and run around and knock things out. The reason I don't like to get backed up, as none of us do, it feels so unpeaceful and rushed and hurried, and I do not like to live that way. But sometimes it's just the way it lands and you have to survive through it. So I am a list person. I've told you guys this forever. I just love writing things down, and then I prioritize the order which I'm gonna do the things, and it keeps me sane to just go to the list. Oh, it's time to make the ice cream. Okay, here. And I can just focus here till I'm done, check it off the list, move on to the next thing. That is how I stay sane. So let's get busy. So I'm making a double batch of ice cream. So I'm gonna transfer the stuff in the ice cream maker into a casserole dish and then get the new batch going and combine them afterwards. And then put it all in the freezer. And by tonight it should be nice and firm to where we're able to use an ice cream scooper with it. Right after this, I'm gonna make myself a little Earl Grey. Actually, I'll probably put a load of laundry in, then make while my Earl Grey is steeping, and then go do my skincare and makeup with you guys. Okay, I'm in my bathroom. I can focus on finishing getting ready. I thank you in advance for saying I don't need makeup. Every time that I make a video that I show myself without makeup, you guys share that with me, and I appreciate the compliment. I don't think I need makeup either. I think I wear makeup because it makes me feel like I'm dressed for the day, if that makes sense. Just like I don't wear slippers, house shoes all day long because it makes me feel like I'm just like lounging and rolling out of bed. And I like to wear like normal clothes, normal shoes, and be ready for the day for anything that might pop up unexpected, unannounced. May it be guests or a UPS driver that needs me to sign something, or I need to leave the house in a rush. I don't need to worry that I look unpresentable. So that's why I wear makeup. I know that we don't need it. I know that some people look down on it, think that it's vain and proud and less respectable as a Christian woman. But I think it's beautiful. And I think that, of course, everything in moderation. I think it can be overdone. And I don't think there's anything wrong with not wearing makeup. And I don't think there's anything wrong with wearing makeup. I personally just like to wear makeup. I feel like it completes my preparation for the day, if that makes sense. So, answering that, I have shared my skincare routine with you guys in the past, and it's very, not very changed. But basically in the morning, all I do is like dampen my face with a washcloth. So I'm gonna do that. The water temperature doesn't matter. It's just pleasant. I don't want cold or hot. I just want comfortable. And like I've shared in videos past, for those of you that haven't watched those, I got a lot of the guidance in my skincare, anti-aging skincare routine from Angie. Her channel is called Hot and Flashy. Her channel is fantastic for educating skincare. She does tons of research on products and has narrowed it down to 5 essential ingredients that are proven to actually help topically for anti-aging results. And I've been following her regime for 5 years, and I am very glad I found her when I did, because I do feel like my skin is very just radiant, which is, I think, thanks to vitamin C serum. The one I get is the one she recommends, Timeless, 20% vitamin C, ferulic acid, vitamin E. Love this stuff. The only thing about vitamin C is you want to use it and enjoy it as much as you can, because it goes rancid. And so once it starts to turn yellow, it's old. So just use it like morning and night if you want. I just use it in the morning. I should start using it at night too, because I'm starting to have too much and I don't want it to go bad. So that's my first step, is my vitamin C. Then the ordinary lactic acid, which is also part of Angie's skincare routine. And I just put it on back to back to back. There have been times in my skincare journey that I've needed to tweak some things because I had irritation and I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. And I finally figured out it was too much niacinamide. So I switched my Olay nighttime cream and went away. Then my coenzyme Q10 serum. And then after this, I'll just let this all soak in and dry for a few minutes while I go put my shoes on, because right now I am still in house slippers. And that way I can put my sunscreen on when this is already dry. And I do put some on the back of my hands, even though it doesn't last long because I wash my hands like while I'm doing my makeup, but still, I just feel like it's not going to waste. So my style on home days is comfort, practicality, and able to exercise in, like work out. So I like to, and obviously there's some exceptions. There are some days that I work out early and then I can change into a pretty dress and I feel like I just want to enjoy a pleasant, restful day. And there are some days where we're going to be outside sweating, working all day. And so those days I definitely wear less nice looking clothes. But if I'm just having a normal home day where I want to work out, I'm going to go on a walk, I'm going to be doing things around the house, I definitely will wear something that's nice looking and comfortable and practical for the tasks I have. And it usually ends up being sneakers, comfortable shorts, and some sort of cute-ish top. I have very few t-shirts. I just don't like t-shirts. I know I'm weird, whatever. I'm just being honest. Like, I just don't like t-shirts. I never have. I feel like they're too dress down for me. I like to have something nice-ish looking, if that makes sense. If you like t-shirts, good for you. I see other people, they look great in them. I have my own style, like we all do, and I own like one t-shirt, seriously. So, all right, it's time for my sunblock, which I am loving. It's the Haru Haru Wonder Black Rice Moisture Airlift Daily Sunscreen. It is a Korean product. It is literally like velvet, and I love the finish. The first time I ever tried it, I knew that was going to be my new sunscreen. So I usually do 3 pumps on a sunny day that I know I'm going to be outside a lot. I'll do 4 because my tinted serum that I put on next, as well as my foundation whenever I wear that, already has SPF in it. So I don't feel like I need to measure this and be all perfect with it. I also always wear a hat when I'm outside, so I don't reapply my sunscreen throughout the day like is recommended, and that's just how it's gonna be. So for a long time, I was using this True Match W5 is my shade. Super Blendable Foundation by L'Oreal, which is the highest like drugstore rated foundation. I have to admit, in the beginning, I loved it. Loved it, loved it. It's moisturizing. It's beautiful. I don't know if I started to wear too much of it or if I just realized my taste changed. I don't know. I started to feel like I would see my skin before I put my makeup on, and I was like, I want to keep the way my skin looks right now. It looks very, obviously it looks very natural because there's nothing on it, and it just feels like natural glow. And then I would put the foundation on and it felt like I was covering and taking away the natural glow. And it's not from necessarily the skincare. Of course, you can see the skincare on me right now, but even before the skincare, just the way the coloring, the natural coloring of my skin and the natural glow, I wanted to keep that and not just cover it with foundation. So I tried the True Match Hyaluronic Tinted Serum by L'Oreal, and I much prefer it, especially for everyday use, to the foundation. First of all, it's not foundation. It's just a little tint, and I use very little. That's probably too much, actually, because I don't want to cover my skin. I just want to blur imperfections, and so probably like that much. That's like very little. I need to get rid of what I just took off. And I do like to apply it while my sunscreen is still a little wet because it helps like keep it really moist and not dried, weird, like colored dry stuff. This apparently has alcohol, and it might be drying for some people, but for me, if I put it on right after my sunscreen, it never has dried me out. I know I probably look so weird putting this on. I'm sorry. I do not believe in applicators for skin products anymore. Hands are the best. They blend the best, and they are just natural feelers to not miss any spots. So I give up on the sponge and the brush and all that stuff. So that's all I do, you guys. And I feel like this is so natural. I do have to get a closer look in the mirror to make sure I don't leave any untouched spots. Yeah, so it's so natural, but it blurs imperfections. It definitely looks better in person than in the camera. And then this is concealer, which I use. What is this called? Derma Blend Professional. This was suggested by Angie from Hot and Flashy a long time ago in one of her makeup videos. A little goes a very long way. So even that, I tap it with this finger, and then even that, I thin it out even more. So I'm not even using the finger that I originally put it on because it's that high extreme coverage. But it's beautiful coverage. I really like it. And so it just covers a tiny bit, very natural, barely anything. And I always put some on the top of my eyebrows and right here, just to brighten my eyes. And that's all I do for skin. Well, of course, blush in a minute, but so that's that. Next is my eyebrows, which I barely do anything. I love this airbrush, what's it called? Airbrow product. I got it on Amazon, and I try to take off as much as possible. I don't want a lot of anything ever. So I just do from the middle of my brow to the end, and a tiny bit in the front, middle of my brow to the end. And then I use a brush with no makeup on it to further brush, just to like remove any excess. Less is more at my age. And it's just a regular day at home. Well, we have guests and stuff tonight, but I never touch up my makeup. I'll just do this now and use this the whole day. I have gone back and forth with this kind of blush and powder blush. I always land back at powder blush. I just love this color. I like this too, but I just love this. So I don't feel like it accentuates my wrinkles, so I still use it. And then I have this brush that I've used for bronzer. Whatever, I only put a little bit right on my forehead. I do not contour here and here or here and here. I just do the forehead a little bit. Then I have my blush here. So it like looks a little higher on the cheekbone. And I go in the upward motion a little bit on the ball of my cheek, but very little and high, so that it gives the illusion of up. The lighting is not very good in here. As far as eyeshadow goes, I keep it very neutral. In fact, the name of the color I mostly use is Subtle. But there are some fun shimmery ones in here that I really like. Rosy is my favorite. As you see, it's totally empty. This palette I got at Aldi like a year ago. Lacura. I don't even know. It was there. I saw it and I put it in my stocking for Christmas. Today I'm using Subtle, and I just put it on my lid and ever so slightly above my lid. I don't even go all the way up to the crease. I just keep it so simple. And then I'll do mascara and be done. Because mamas and housewives want to look nice, but can't take too long getting ready, because then work gets further delayed. And this is the mascara I've been using for a few years now. Tartelette. Whatever I've gotten off of Amazon, I will post in the description to this video so you guys can check it out and see if it interests you. I will say none of this stuff is new. It's all stuff I've been using for months and months, so I think I would highly recommend all of it. My favorite perfume is Vera Wang, the regular Vera Wang, this bottle, not the Princess and the other ones. This has been my perfume for about 22 years now. I wear perfume every day, yes, just like I wear makeup every day and normal clothes every day. It's just the way I am. I do it for me. And last, jewelry, which I also wear every day. So I think it's really funny. Culture is particularly interesting to me. In my culture, I had a chain literally since the day I was born. I have it here. Let me show it to you guys. Bracelet, little pearl earrings, and a bracelet. Sure. I've had earrings since I was 3 months old. My uncle pierced my ears with a spoon and a needle on the dining room table in my grandparents' house. I've heard this story my entire life. This was the bracelet in that picture. Look how beautiful if I had a little girl, maybe one day, if I have a little granddaughter, if the mama lets her have jewelry at a young age, I can give her that. And then I had this little bracelet. And here's the chain. I wore this chain with these pendants, a little ring and a little cross. They're in the pictures. There's some younger baby pictures too with it, but I just don't have time to look for that. With these same pendants till I was 12 years old. This is the chain I wore with these two pendants. And then I got into silver because silver was so in style. And my grandmother hooked it up and I got all sorts of silver jewelry, including this watch. Can you imagine your 12-year-old daughter wearing this? Oh my word. And some other stuff. But anyway, it is a very Latin thing to have jewelry at a young age. And I remember, you know, I had my ears pierced and all the American or the Caucasian girls at school didn't till it was like their 12th and 13th birthday, but they all had their legs shaved and I wasn't allowed till I was like in 6th grade. And it was supposed to be later than that, but I begged my mother and she let me when I was in 6th grade because I went to school and I went to a private school for 6th and 7th grade and everybody had their legs shaved. I was like the only one that did. And I'm like, where's my Latin people at? Like, this is so awful. And then sleepovers was another thing. We were not allowed to sleep over. If I had a birthday party, slumber party, the American girls or the Caucasian girls were allowed to spend the night and all the Latin moms would pick up their Latin daughters at 10. And that's just the way it was. I never slept over at anybody's house my entire life, except cousins. And even that was a little shaky. So it's just really interesting, I think, culture. So earrings is one of those things. If I'm not wearing earrings, I feel like I'm not even dressed for the day. It is so weird. If I leave the house without earrings, it's like, it's such a cultural thing. It's very weird. But I never leave the house without earrings because they're part of my face. If I look in the mirror, it's like, whoa, where's my earrings? So, all right, I'm done getting ready. The kitchen's in order. The laundry is going. The ice cream's all in the freezer. I'm gonna clean the bathroom and do an upper body workout. Well, it seems like, as usual, the list made it seem like I had way more to do than I actually did. So this is the last thing before I make a phone call and then exercise. And I still have plenty of time before people arrive. It's really interesting. I always leave phone calls for last because I loathe phone calls. Loathe. I think my most nightmarish job would be secretary. I could do tasks all day forever, but put me on the phone? No, I would rather die. So I know you guys will always comment on how much I get done in such little time. I will tell you my secret. I am not a perfectionist. I do things to check them off the list. They are never perfect. They're always good enough, but they're never perfect because that takes forever and it's very stressful. So I'm very efficient and I'm not perfectionist, and I think it's a healthy balance. Obviously, there's times where a little more attention to detail is needed, but for normal tasks like just wiping down the bathroom once a week, it's gonna be all right if you just do a little wipe over. Every now and then you'll get some scum build up and you have to use magic eraser, and that's a little extra step. That's fine. But on a weekly, just normal cleanup, you do not need to be a perfectionist. And then same thing with the toilet, like every now and then you'll clean the whole throne pedestal thing, but on a weekly basis, just the bowl, the inside and around the top, and that's good, you know? I don't know, maybe some will disagree, but I much rather always have a tidy, clean bathroom and on occasion take forever on it. Also, before you ask, Mrs. Meyer's Concentrate All-Purpose Cleaner. I just put like that much in here and then hot water to the top. And I use this on all surfaces. I use Windex on mirrors and glass, brand name Windex, because I'm sorry, the other one just does not cut it. Just like Dawn, you have to buy Dawn. The other one does not cut it. And for the toilet, I use bleach. I use the Lysol with bleach. I just want bleach on the toilet. So that's how I clean. I also use the all-purpose cleaner, Mrs. Myers, for the floors. So I do a thorough vacuuming with my Rainbow, and then I mop with the same stuff. It smells amazing. I have never shown myself working out on my channel, and I'm doing it today because you guys always ask. This is a easy, fast, upper body workout. I've already done 2 sets. This is my 3rd set. And then I'm gonna do shoulders and biceps right after that. But this is predominantly triceps right now. So I got 10 pounds. This is a tricep or a superset. So I'll be doing multiple exercises. I'm gonna do 8 chest presses first. This is super light for chest press, but I don't wanna switch the weight over and over again. I already lost count. I have no idea. I'm assuming this is 8. Then I'm gonna go straight into skull crushers. I'll do 6 or 8. This is my 3rd set, so I'm really burning already. Seven is good. I'm putting one down. And these lat pulls, we'll do 6 or 7, 6 or 8 of these. And then you're gonna sit right up and do tricep. I forget what these are called, but I'll do 8 to 12 of these. Fire. That was 3 sets, so I'm stopping there. Next is shoulders. I love trisets or supersets because you knock out 2 to 3 exercises in 1 set, and then you just do it 2 more times, and it just makes working out, especially upper body, much faster. So for shoulders, I usually do these, whatever this is called, and shoulder press, but I'm still resting, so I'll probably do 8 to 10 and then 8 to 10. I usually don't do this, whatever that's called, because I've heard that it's not good for your shoulders, but I don't know. Okay, so I'll do 3 sets of this, but I'm starting with 1 set, obviously. 1. I like to do the wide ones. You can go up fast and down slow. And then straight into presses. And I do like to go all the way down because I feel like it gets your back a little as well. But you could just go to right here also if you want to isolate the shoulder more. I like going all the way down. It works out your whole back. Not your whole back, but some of it. I already lost count. And I'll rest for a minute or 2 and do that same thing again 2 more times. Then I'll be back for biceps. Oh my goodness, okay. So now it's biceps. I'm like extremely already like a noodle. I'm super tired. So I do many things with biceps. The superset that I enjoy the most is called 21s. So you do a full normal curl, 7 of them. Then you do 7 half curls, and then you do 7 half curls this way. So I really like that one because you get 21 reps. It's very challenging, and you just do 3 sets of that and you're done. You could just do 2 sets also, because I don't know if you could finish all 3 sets. You could lower the weight to make it a full 3 sets, but it definitely burns you out. So just regular curls. I always do the rotating curl. I just feel like it targets both bicep muscles. You could just do regular like this. I lost count. I don't know how many I've done. Let's just pretend that's 6 and then 7 and then half curls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the bottom half is much harder than the top half. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. All right, and now that's one set. I'll do 2 more like that, and then I'll do some planks and call it a day. I can't do high planks anymore like I used to because my wrist is so messed up. So I usually do low plank and I just do it till failure. I don't necessarily time it. Some days I feel stronger than others and can last longer than others. Some days, like today, working out upper body, my shoulders are fried. So planking really targets the shoulders, and so I might give up sooner on an upper body day than on a lower body day. Either way, I try to do some every day. I feel like every time my wrist gets better, I re-injure it when I do high planks or push-ups, and it's just not worth it. My shoulders. That's why I stopped. That's what I feel. I don't even feel my core that much. I feel it a little bit, but my shoulders are killing me. All right, I got 2 more sets of 21s, and then I am gonna plank in between those 2 sets because I could probably do more planking. 1 minute's too little. So I'm gonna do another set of 21s, another plank set, another set of 21s, another plank set, and then I'm officially done with the entire upper body workout for today. And of course, I'll go on my daily multiple walks, which are usually pretty brisk. I don't leisurely stroll, I walk. And so I consider that part of my daily exercise. I'll do 2, sometimes 3 walks a day. So the last thing I want to chat with you guys about is how I typically host dinners for friends and company. I really enjoy having like a buffet style service, and I like cooking easy meals. I usually will do something like rice, bone broth rice that is, or rice and beans with some sort of bread, definitely a vegetable and a salad, and like one big meat thing. So it's very typical for me to use my big roasting pan, make 2 chickens surrounded with potatoes and carrots and onions, and then have a salad, bread, and like a big pot of bone broth rice. So you'll come up to the bar here. Instead of setting the whole table with drinks, and we'll usually put plates, drinks, and silverware at the table. The boys do that. And then here on the bar, we'll have extra napkins, and then you grab your plate from the table and come up here, and it'll be like the rice, then the chicken and vegetables all cooked together, maybe a salad, maybe bread, and that's it. And then an easy dessert afterwards, like a cobbler or a crisp, sometimes with ice cream. And that is so easy for a big group. It's easy on me, and it's easy to serve because it's easy to self-serve that. I have definitely done more elaborate things in the past that the meal requires more complicated and several components, which makes it more overwhelming and stressful to prep. And then also, even while they're here, it's not as easy and simple. I definitely prefer the first version. Tonight, I'm making smash burgers. It is not gonna be easy. I wanna make smash burgers because they are amazing. And our friend that's coming over is kind of like our burger buddy, and he's made lots of different burgers for us, and we've been dying to show him our smash burgers ever since we got the blacktop. So I wanna make them, I wanna eat them, but it's definitely more prep and rush while people are here. I love having everything done before people arrive, and then when they get here, we can just enjoy each other. But this won't be that way. This, I'll have as much as I can ready before they get here, and then I have to cook while they're here, which I don't like at all. But obviously, there are some meals you have no choice. You gotta do that. So I am doing this to myself by choice, but it's not the typical way I do dinners. But we just really wanna make smash burgers. So I will be utilizing my boys and Hector before our guests arrive to prep everything. I'll have like the bread, all the toppings, the fixings. I'm making salad and roasted potatoes, and then my friend's bringing dessert. And I will prep the meat so that all I have to do when everybody gets here is go out to the blacktop, do the smash burgers, and griddle the buns. It's so delicious when you griddle the buns. And then we'll eat. But then they'll also be cleaning the blacktop. And I don't know, I just don't like having all that when I have company. I like to just be like, welcome. You want to eat now or after a walk? And everything's ready. I don't have to do anything, you know? I love that feeling. So it's okay though. Just like today, lots of random stuff piled into one day. Have to work in a rush versus a peaceful, relaxing, slow-paced version of that. It just happens that way sometimes. So wanted to share that with you. I'm going to finish my tea, make that phone call before 30 minutes. So thanks for joining me on my busy morning. God bless you guys. See you next time.